Hey guys, welcome back to Factorio. So, I said I was going to do something with all these geodes, and we finally gotten around to doing it. Now, up here where the mud washing is, I am putting geodes on a train, but this one is set up that it's, even when it backs up, it doesn't interfere with everything else, so it doesn't really matter. But down here, what's happening is as we process for our other raw materials, we end up getting geodes. And that has slowly but surely filled up two of these warehouses. So I did a little looking, and you can take geodes and basically you can either melt them down with acid and make crystal slurry, which will give you resources, or you can crush them down and get geode powder or crystal dust, and then you can melt that down and get resources from that. But it also gives you stone dust. So what I've done is I've decided for this down here, since this is going to be just a constant flow, as opposed to the regulated one up by the washing station, we're going to empty this out. We're going to get these emptied out. So what I did is we basically set up filter splitters so that each of these will go into a crusher, because apparently you can't just send them all to one crusher. You have to send them to an individual color for the crusher. So this goes ahead and crushes it, comes down here, splits the sand and the crystals. So you get your crystal dust over here, you get sand over here, which goes, or you get crushed rock over here, which goes into sand makers, which we're going to start using for building up our island more. One of the things I did with this, if you notice there's 6 of them, is with these configurable inserters, one of the things you can do is you can offset which side of the belt it puts on. So I've taken these ones are on the far side of the belt, these ones are on the close side of the belt, so nothing is ever having to wait for too long for the belt to clear to sit stuff down. That's one way I've kind of helped with the throughput. Now, one of the things that you will notice is it doesn't send anything else through if there's a bunch of one thing. And there is a bunch of purple in this. So it's going to kind of hit these spots where there's a bunch of purple, and it'll just sit with the purple. But it doesn't matter. This is just going to continually run. It's not going to, I don't care about how fast it is. It's just going to continually run, and eventually it will clear these out. Now, it's already done, close to 200 out of this, and 200 out of this. This one is full. So we're getting there. So that's that. It's just going to do us a favor of getting everything cleared out. Now, what we are going to do today is let's go over here and look at our production and look at what I've done. And basically, we've gotten to a point where we've got more iron and copper than we know what to do with, but we don't have our other items. So one of the things that we used to be doing up here is this sapphirite used to be produced in like the middle ones of these. I've changed it over so that some of it is now producing jovolite, some of it is now producing rubyite, and some of it is now producing bobmonium. So I've completely eliminated the sapphirite from here. But we still need it, so I also had this production for iron up here. This has kind of gone quiet for now because we're not really using, again, that much iron and that much copper. But we are still producing all of this sapphirite up here. So what I thought I would do, and what I've done down here, is I've got it set up so that as I need it, it will call for it. Let me show you real quick what I've done down here. So this is feeding what was the excess down here when we were running both plants. Now it's my main supply. And over here, I've got 2 switches on this belt. This switch will shut off the belt here if the crushed sapphirite backs up this far, so that I'm not killing my factory. This one goes all the way down. You can kind of follow this line It goes around because I had to go through, you know, telephone poles. But it comes down here and it senses, where is it? It senses right here. So this is my iron ingot supply to making my other stuff. What is it? It is Invar. So you need the iron for the Invar. So I need to have iron ingots come down here, but only when things run low. So between these two switches, it shuts off my iron and my copper production, my large-scale iron and copper production, so that I don't back up over here. Now, you're still going to continue to get these little drips and dregs of iron and copper that come out of the other systems, and we are processing those through. So that will kind of keep things topped up, but it won't overflow most of the time. So that's kind of shut that off. So we really don't need this massive metric crap ton on jovolite being produced up here. So what I thought I would do, we're going to leave this for now in case we got to open it back up. It's not doing anything, just sitting there. It's only taking a little bit of power to idle, which I don't care too much about. But I think what I'm going to do is we're going to take these first four and we're going to leave them as sapphirite, just so that we've got a supply. And we'll manipulate this around so that part of it's on one side of the belt, part of it's on the other side of the belt, so that, you know, the belt stays full. These ones down here, we are going to change over and we're going to convert to where they're making rubyite and bobmonium, etc. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to cut this right here. And we're going to get rid of all of this, right? And we're going to go through, pick this up, because we're going to redo it. And we're going to send these ones down to our other processing facility down there so that we can increase the amount of the other lesser materials, like the silicone or silicon, if you will, whatever, however you want to pronounce it, etc., and have those come down here. So let's do this. So these two are going to be on the far side. These two will be on the near side. That should keep this balanced. We'll have to get rid of this stuff at some point. All right, so now, because it's the same incoming mineral sludge, it's easy to change these over. So we're going to change these over. We're going to do the first 4. We will make bobmonium. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The second 4 we'll do rubyite. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do this. Let's do those rubyite, and we'll do 2 we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bobmonium rubyite. And then this one we will do jovolite, because we actually have a pretty okay jovolite supply down here. We could use some extras, but this one is keeping up with the throughput. It's these two that really kind of aren't. So we're going to add to these. So we're just going to bring those lines down now that we've got them and add them to our mix. Oops. Not there. We want to start here. So there's that one. Let's go the opposite direction because this line's in the way. Right? And then this one will be our third one. Now this one, unlike the other two, we're going to have to balance it here. So there. That way it'll stay balanced on that part there. I'm going to put these in, but I'm not going to set them up yet, just so that I know they're there. There we go. I'm going to move this one, so just so it's not on the corner, because I want to be able to determine which side of the belt it goes on. So there we go. Now we just got to run them down. So this is bobmonium. And how are we going to fit these through here? Let's take a look down here. So bobmonium, I think, is going to be the easiest one, because we can just come down and add it into the line. And what I thought about doing is this. I don't know if this will fit. It might fit. Let's do something here real quick. Let's take this out, put that in, and put in a big pole. Right? So that'll cover both of those and all of that. Now, the next question is, how do we get through here? So one. That will go to there, but we can't go to there. We can go to there. So we can bring that down and come across from here to here. There. And then bring that down there. Right? So that'll bring that all the way down and in. Now we just got to come up with it. Oops. All right, so there's bobmonium. You know what? Let's dump this stuff. So we can get rid of some of that. All right, so there's bobmonium. Next is rubyite. How do we get the rubyite in? And I'd like to do something similar with the rubyite. But it looks like the rubyite is on either side. We can't jump this because it's too far. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just by itself. Do we maybe bring it down and over and up? I think we're going to bring it down, over and up. I mean, this is all going to be kind of temporary anyway. until we redo this. That'll work. That'll fit. Right? Yeah, that'll fit. And then we got to go here. Oh, wrong one. Wrong spot, dummy. That's okay, because that's got to go in too. We can do that because that's got to go there too. Because that's going to be our Jovalite, or yeah. So we can do that. Because we can do this. All right. So this is our rubyite. And of course, once again, they're twisted backwards. But we will live with that. How do we miss that? Do we come over and up, or do we go over and ziggy-zaggy? I think we're just going to come straight down here. Enough of the ziggy-zaggy. What do you know? I missed the telephone pole. Anybody that knows me and is watching my videos for a while knows that I tend to hit the telephone poles every time. I'm good at it. All right, so there's rubyite. We got one more that we're going to bring down. And that's the jovalite. Now, I don't know if it's a good practice to leave a space in between these or not like that. Probably would be better to leave two or none. But, you know, whatever. I don't have any pipes with me, so we'll do the belt. Now this is where we end up having to do this. There we go. All right, so that should be all set up nice and pretty. Right? And that gets rid of everything except for our slag. Which we'll just put back in the system. And then let's go up here and set these inserters up. All right, so like I was saying, I want to do part on one side, part on the other side. So we're going to do this and offset these ones here. And we'll do half on that side, half on that side. Will give us a more balanced belt, theoretically. Wonder if I did every other. So if we did that one on that side, this one on this side, that one on that side, this one on this side, that one on that side, this one on this side, it would leave gaps maybe, and it would be less likely to fill the whole thing up. Let's try that. So we'll do that side, that side, that side, that side, that side, and that side, right? So this one, and this one should be putting it there. This one, and this one should be putting it there. I think that's going to keep enough of a gap between them that none of them should be idling until this all fills up anyway. And then this one is just going to set it there because it's only got the one and we're balancing it there. So let's go down here and see if it makes it all the way there. If we send it to the right places. So far, so good, it looks like. Now, this part is going to end up backing up some because you got so much coming from up there, but that's okay. I'd rather have this backed up than waiting on a bunch of it to be processed. This should start to keep up at some point. If you'll notice, I finished all of the upgrades. Everything is upgraded to the highest tier that I can upgrade it to. So we're good to go on that. We may end up having to put in another crusher on these, which is just a matter of moving these over by one and putting in a third crusher. And then this one, oh, is not down here yet, but it looks like it's going to go to the right place, I think. We'll see very soon. As soon as these two hit down there, we'll be happy. I just want to make sure they're going to the right place. I'm pretty sure they are. But that is going to significantly increase our output of these items, which we really kind of need it desperately to do. Especially like the silicon for glass and what have you. It was starting to get pretty low. So was the nickel, if memory serves me right. The nickel was the other one that was starting to get pretty low. Silver, we've never caught up with silver. We may at some point eventually catch up. We'll see. While we're waiting on this to get up here, let's do this too. Let's go ahead. Let's go down here and make sure these are going where they're supposed to go. And while we're waiting on this to go here, let's look at our technology. Okay. So, technology. I think there were some certain things we wanted to do. This one I want to do because it's going to give me the next up ore processor, which is going to help us with some of our ore processing. So we wanted to do that one. Titanium processing is going to get us towards our artillery. So we're going to do that one. But there was one here. This one looked interesting to me. Plasma turrets. This one has a range of 30, minimum range of 30, range of 60. And look at that damage. Now, it does take a little bit to build it, but we have the alien artifacts. I don't know that it takes any ammo. It looks like it just takes power. So we're going to snag that. I want to try that. That looks like a neat little fun toy. Maybe we want legs. Maybe we want to finally start building. Well, yeah, because we're going to start building robots soon. It would be nice to have exoskeletons to run around here because, you know, I'm doing a lot of walking around. So maybe we want exoskeletons. That one we got. Effects transmission I'm not too worried about yet. Automation would give us once again, faster assemblers. So I'm leaning towards doing that one. Those admittedly are kind of getting away from the whole turret situation, but it's okay. It will ultimately help us out. This takes us towards turrets and gives us the blue circuits that we're going to have to start making anyway. It is 300 research, though. And it takes titanium plate, takes the microprocessor, or the ICs. I think we're going to take it. And one more. Let's do advanced brass smelting. This was bronze smelting, and that closes that one out. And then that's brass smelting, and almost closes that one out. What is bronze going to do for us, though? Brass, we're definitely using it because we're using it for gears, for our building upgrades. I think we're going to go brass, and then once I make some room here, once one of these researches, I'm going to grab the bronze, and we're just going to tack it on the end. That's going to be the plan, is I'll just tack it on the end. So there we go. Now let's see. All right, here they come. And it looks like, yes, that is going where it has to go. Indeed it is. Okay, so there we go. So now we should start seeing a bump in our production levels for this stuff. Again, like I say, I may need to put in some crushers, scooch these over by one, add another crusher here. I think I'm going to do that. Although the Bobmonia man is keeping up with the crushed part. So is this. I think we're okay. I want to see, I'd like to see these filled and waiting, because then that means we can up this production and get it going. I'm happy with that. That's going to do us a lot better. All right, guys. So there's what we're doing for now. I said I was going to start working on robots. Last episode I said this episode we were going to work on robots, but that change occurred to me. So I wanted to get that covered and taken care of, and I certainly didn't want to do it off camera. And then you guys go, well, when did you change that? So here it is. This is working. We're slowly but surely building up, and it'll get there, and we'll be able to increase the size of our island. All right, I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.